Give me your capsulization of these 3 days.
I thought today was a day where we got to see whether or not those guys can function in terms of the tempo that we want in practice and that we've established as our ID. They function fairly well. Still, there's some issues with conditioning. Some guys are going to have to realize that 20-second play clock, it comes pretty fast in a preseason game where the starters are not going to play a lot. They're going to get the bulk of the reps. Their performance is going to be judged based on the way they do things, and we can't have any excuses in terms of conditioning.
We've got a lot of junior players, one CIS guy here. Just kind of your assessment on them after 3 days.
One will be invited to the main camp. Performed extremely well. We were monitoring him for the last couple of years. Thought that he would perform well, and he did, and we're going to invite him to the main camp. That's a good opportunity for those guys to get some exposure and see how things work at the professional level, encourage them and encourage the program. And for our benefit, if we see someone that has the ability, as this young man has, we get the opportunity to invite him to the main camp.
No hint on who that might be?
No. And the reason why is because we haven't told the players yet, and I would feel remiss if I were to tell you guys before they know.
I guess for the other kids too, I mean, I was talking to Jeff Stead, and he was saying, they bring them back a positive experience and help their teams as well.
Yeah, hopefully they take back a positive experience, and hopefully we make them technically better. Our jobs as coaches, and it was a mandate, is don't try to indoctrinate them in our system. Make certain that, if you guys have noticed, we intermittently place them in, and we put them in positions where they're going to run routes and concepts that they will run in their normal routine or normal day. We let them go through all the individual drills, go through the meetings and the film, but we're not going to allow them to be indoctrinated in our system and screw their coaches, because now they have to reverse what we've done. We simply try to keep it technical for those guys.
How about the rest of these guys, Kavis? How much room do you have to bring into main camp from here?
We can bring all of them. We've economized our roster so that we can bring all of them to camp. There may be one or two guys that we don't take to the main camp, but for the most part, they're going to make it there. The biggest thing is to try to get them acclimated in rookie camp. Now we get to gauge their performance versus the veteran guy. Not to be too premature in terms of our decision or our judgment on the guys. Give them a few days for acclimation and then pass the judgment. They'll have until about Monday to prove they can play or not play.